I don't see a slide. Oh, yep, there we go. Right, got it. Thank you.
They're ready, Mario?
Yep.
You're live on YouTube?
All right, we're good to go. Live stream is connected and good.
All right, so we need to have a discussion on this presentations that just took place.
Mr. Mayor, we got a whole order of business to go through.
Man,
I'm sorry, Mayor. Just.
man. So what are we doing? We calling the regular council meeting now?
Yes, sir. This is the regular
All right.
council meeting.
Oh, I thought we had some more discussion than we had.
You'll get to it.
Hey, I call to order the city council meeting for February 9th, 2022, 7 o'clock. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Campbell. Councilwoman Godaro.
Here.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Here.
Councilwoman Julian.
Here.
Councilman Stevens.
Here.
Vice Mayor Leon. Mayor Harris.
I'm present.
You have a quorum.
Please stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
God our Father, thank you for your grace, your mercy towards us. Thank you for all that you've done and all that you're getting ready to do. Father, we pray that you continue to bless the city that we call Miami Gardens, its residents, and everyone that has a place in the city. Bless the leadership. Give us your knowledge, your wisdom, and your understanding to execute your business. All these things we ask in your Son's name, I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Need approval of the minutes from the regular city council meeting on January 26th. Need a motion.
On a approval.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none. Minutes approved. No order of business. Are there any items that need to be added or pulled from the consent agenda?
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Per the city manager's office, item 12.2 is being withdrawn from the agenda.
12.2?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, any other additions or anything else need to be deleted or not deleted, pulled? Showing none, I need a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion.
Second.
Been moved and seconded, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none, show it pass. We are on
Special item 6.1, special presentation by Councilwoman Shannon Campbell.
Councilwoman.
Yes. Mr. Mayor, I want to take a moment to recognize a prominent business that's been in the city of Miami Gardens for a minute, and they have supported our seniors and supported my vision for positive forward progress. So as I read this plaque, and it reads, Councilwoman Shannon Campbell presents the Positive Forward Progress Award to Arlene for your continued support of our valued seniors in the city of Miami Gardens, February 9th, 2022. So I want to present this plaque to them, and I'm going to ask that my colleagues join me for a photo.
All right, quick. Also like to use this time at this special presentation time to welcome our Vice Chair, the County Commission, Mr. Oliver Gilbert, our former mayor. Would you like to come up and give a 2-minute presentation or say something? Come on now, you can move faster than that.
I got it. Oliver Gilbert, 111 Northwest First Street, Miami-Dade County. First of all, it's great to see you all. I didn't come prepared to speak. I came to take care of some business with your staff. You all keep up the good work. Keep
Thank
being
you, sir.
deliberative, keep doing the work with the people, be thoughtful, be inspective, and just keep to it. From a county perspective, always count on us to be a good partner. We've done that with annexation, jazz in the gardens, whatever it is, because from our perspective, you don't have city residents, I don't have county residents, we have residents.
Absolutely.
And those residents, our duty is to actually make a life for them, to help them, grow and enjoy parks and be able to patronize businesses. So don't see it as a county or a city thing. It's a us thing. It's a us thing, and we're gonna continue to do our best to improve the quality of life for the residents of all of District 1, all of Miami Gardens, and all of Miami-Dade County. So I appreciate you all. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Mario, we're on public comments right now.
Yes, we do have one in-person public comment and one written communication. So I'll go ahead and start off with the written communication. This written communication is from Gail Olivia Cunningham, address 19001 Northwest 14th Avenue, Miami Gardens, Florida 33169. And it states, "Good afternoon. I'm requesting the following statement be read during the City Council public meeting comments. There are 16 advisory boards and committees in our city government. 19 have membership of 0 to 3. 6 of the 19 have memberships of 0 to 3. The membership is appointed by you council persons. Councilwoman Godaro, how many appointments have you made to an advisory board and committee since January 26, 2022 City Council meeting? How many, Councilwoman Godaro? How many? The residents have applied and want to be involved. How many appointments have you made, Councilwoman Godaro? Thank you, Gail Cunningham."
Thank you, Mario.
And we do have one in-person public comment.
Is that Mr. Arthur Swint?
I believe so.
My name is Arthur Swint, and I live at 18540 Northwest 8th Road. And we're concerned about police security around our neighborhood. And we need, on that 185th Drive from 7th Avenue to 191st Street, we really need some speed bumps. And mainly that's what all our neighbors want, and I'm speaking to them. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Swint.
All right, appreciate y'all.
Thank you, and we appreciate you coming in.
Mr. Mayor, we have no public comments via Zoom and no more written communication.
Showing that there's no more public comment. Public comments are closed at this time. We're on ordinance for first readings.
There are none. Ordinance is on for second reading and public hearing. In order to the City Council of the City of Miami Gardens, Florida, declaring zoning in progress and imposing a citywide moratorium on the submission, processing, and issuance of all zoning applications and/or permits for vehicle fueling stations and sales as permitted use or accessory use, including variances, special exemptions, zoning district changes, minimum square footage requirement, change modifications, or elimination of conditions, restricting or limitations for a 180-day period, providing for exemptions, providing for a study and directions to the city manager, providing for penalties, providing for adoption representation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing a severability clause, providing for inclusion code, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by the city attorney.
Public comments on this item?
Oh, yes, this is a public hearing. There are no pre-registered public comments or any written communications.
Showing that there's no public comments. Public comments are closed on this item.
Madam Attorney.
This item is actually sponsored by me and the manager, Mayor, Mayor and Council. We have put, the manager issued an administrative moratorium on the processing of permits for gas stations to allow for us to study the item to see how and where we wanted them in the city. And so this is just the second reading of the follow-up ordinance to the administrative moratorium that was imposed by the manager.
Need a motion on this item.
Motion. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any questions or concerns from the dais? Showing that there's none, Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilwoman Campbell.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDowell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Leon.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson. Councilwoman Julian.
Yes.
Councilman Stevens.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 7-0. There are no resolutions for public hearing. We're now on to the consent agenda. Item 11.1, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, allocating $500 from the Seat 5 Public Affairs account to contribute funds to the Isaiah John Edwards Legacy Foundation, Inc., providing for adoption representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Councilwoman Linda Julian. Item 11.2, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, award a request for proposal for the building opportunity sale of city-owned property for the development of the property identified as folio number 34-1132-023-0540 and generally located at Northwest 38th Court and Northwest 201st Street, Miami Gardens, Florida, to Elite Equity Development, Inc., authorizing the city manager to negotiate a purchase and sell agreement contract for the purpose, provided for adoption representation, provided for an effective date. This is sponsored by the city manager, and that is your consent agenda.
Need a motion on the consent agenda.
Motion. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none, consent agenda passes.
All right, we're on to resolutions. Item 12.1, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, award a request for proposal building opportunity sale of city-owned property for the development of property identified as folio number 34-2116-013-0080 to blank, authorizing the city manager to negotiate an agreement for this purpose, providing for an adoption representation, providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by the city manager.
Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the item that you heard your presentations on from the Legacy Development Alliance and the Sunshine Meat Group. At this point, we would ask for a recommendation from the council for us to proceed to negotiations.
Need a motion on this item.
Motion. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. It's open for discussion right now. Talk about it and figure out which one of these organizations we're gonna choose.
Well, I'll go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
Go ahead, Vice Mayor.
Based on the history of Links Construction Group that designed our senior center, and that's a lovely property, and based on the presentations that I saw today, I would move forward with Legacy Development Group with the Crabman 305.
I would like to have a discussion with your motion.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
As we begin to take a look at what we have had in front of us today, what we see in the proposals is exactly what I'm afraid of. And that is that we're losing a sense of community. When we take a look at the business that is in my district, right, which is Sunshine Meats, that has served not 20 years, but almost 40 years, that has served this community, has served its constituents, has been a major, major part, and has been dutiful and waited for the city to bring this property up so that they could have an opportunity to bid on it. What they have done is that they have brought to us a Live Healthy Miami Gardens approach, both economically as well as physically, in terms of making it not a flea market, not a junk place, but an innovative place where we could get fresh, live food, and even that which is produced by the residents of this city. When we look at the diversity of this community, we're not talking singularly about people who come in and invest. We're talking about a group of people that have remained through it all before we even became a city, and stayed and invested and grew their businesses like so many others in this community have done. It's a travesty for us to believe that we would take them and lock them in to a piece of land when they have earned the right to be able to expand in the community, not only that they live in, but the community that they have fed, that they have contributed to, and that they have nurtured and developed. When you go to Sunshine Meats, it's not just a place where the average individual just goes in the Golden Glades community. These are generations of people who have moved to Miramar, who have moved to other places adjacent to Miami Gardens that still come in and they do their businesses. Yeah, they do. And I take that seriously. It's not a joke to me. It's real serious to me, because I like to see businesses like Lorna's grow. I like to see Sundays grow, because they are the people that were here that helped us become a city. You know, I get investment, but what about the people that's living here? Huh? What about them? What about them? What do we do with the people who come into this, who live here every single day, and it's a part of their Monday routine to go and pick up their local meat, to get the local African-American foods that are culturally sensitive to us? What about them? They didn't ask us to give them the land. They're going to pay for it. But what they asked us to do is to invest in them by giving them an opportunity. Local Miami Gardens residents growing in Miami Gardens. This business here is in Opelika. It's in Opelika. Now, we asked the question about parking. Parking is going to be mitigated if we allow them to continue to expand. It won't create congestion. As a matter of fact, it would relieve it, because they would then own 2 lots and not just 1. It wouldn't become just a place where you eat. It would become a place where you eat healthy, where other businesses would come in that can't afford land and be able to have a booth and sell their fresh produce. But we're overlooking that. We're overlooking the day-to-day man. We're overlooking the person that has a dream and a family-grown business. We're overlooking the people that go there every day. You can't get in the store because it's so crowded. We're overlooking that small business growth of our own. Where's our loyalty there? So yes, I see a lot of different things, and I'm all about growth and development, but I'm also about fairness. And I'm about giving people that opportunity. Sunshine Meats has earned an opportunity. And I'm appealing to my colleagues today to look beyond just this immediate thing. I'm appealing you today to look down in the corridor. And you know, I know y'all might laugh at me. I'm not afraid of being laughed at. I ain't never been afraid of being laughed at. You might snicker, it don't bother me, because I fight hard and I laugh back at you. But right now, this is no laughing matter to me, because I know that what Sunshine Meats offers to that community and to that surrounding communities is it's not, you can't replicate it. And what we ought to be about the business of doing is trying to give them that opportunity to grow and to develop, and to continue to serve the residents of Miami Gardens, and specifically that Golden Glades corridor. I'd like to propose this. I'd like for us to look at this and say, is there a way that both of these people can work there together? The young lady said, do you have any ideas? If we're open to what the city would like to do, we're open to looking at workforce housing with our property. Is there a way that we could look at this differently, where we can maybe come out with even a win-win situation? It might be tough, but we've done tough. We've gotten out of the box and thought of things differently, thought of things in a different kind of way. I think this might be one of them. That we have to look at this in a different way. Look at it in a way that allows us not to snicker at the fact that, oh, it's just the meat market. But look at it in a way that is innovative. Because at one time somebody said, oh, it's just chicken wings. And now it's become a major industry. I would ask you, my colleagues, to see yourself in them. It's not just about the foreigners and people coming from all around the world. It's about the place we call home. It's about us living here every day, the citizens every day, that we have to try to balance this out. Because when it's all said and done, what are we going to be left with? I didn't get a chance to make my things, and I deferred it. But they have a vision because they've been there long enough to have one. And what I was most impressed about is that in their vision, they included the ordinary man. They didn't say, we're going to expand. They said, when we call your name and you need a place to put your stuff, you can come and have a booth with us. And we're going to take our meat and we're going to put it in the four corners of the store, and we'll bring you in the center. I think the center of what we do every day, sometimes the residents win, and sometimes we do things for forward progress. We get an opportunity to think differently. And I would ask you to think differently about Sunshine Meats and give them an opportunity to open up their store. And therefore, I make a motion that we
Mr. Mayor,
select.
I have a question,
I
Mr.
have-
Mayor.
Go ahead.
Councilwoman, the reason why I'm laughing, because if I ever go to court, I'm taking you with me, because you plead the case.
Yeah, I do plead case, and
But-
you know what? And I win them. I'm not playing it today about this.
So, and I'm not against a farmer's market, but the simple fact that you mentioned, you brought up parking. So now with this farmer's market, along with the meat store, even if they tear down the land, you're looking at a total of 16 businesses on that one corridor when you brought up traffic.
Tell me what you mean. Wait a minute. Tell me what you mean.
Because they said about 15 farmer's market stores.
No, they said booths.
Booths,
Booths.
which is considered a store.
No,
Business.
Yes, it's a business.
no,
It's an individual business.
it's businesses, but it's not a store. And
But
that's
it's,
different.
okay, there are gonna be 15 individual businesses in addition to the meat store. So now you're talking about tripling or quadrupling the traffic that's gonna be coming through that plaza that you talked about parking. So even if you knock down that one building that they have, you still have to make room for 15 stores who will now be operating in this same parcel, which will be absolutely congested. If you talked about a restaurant being congested, this will be mayhem now with 16 different businesses in that one 5,000 square foot location.
I think that what they said was they will offer them the opportunity to sell their material, just like the man with the conch batter. And they said also that they would also allow them to rent a booth. So it's not necessarily that every single booth, and if they're still here, they can give clarity on that. It's not that every single booth would be occupied by an individual seller. Their materials would be given shelf space. That was what they said. It's a combination of a couple of things. So when we begin to talk about the foot traffic, she made a point. She said we would be willing to, even if the planning and zoning allowed us, to design a parking facility there so that there would be adequate parking on the place where we have our existing store. We could tear that down and we can build additional space for parking. The other business doesn't have the capacity to do that. I'm not going to compare them to the other business because honestly, I like both. But the fact of the matter is that Sunshine Meats offers, for me, the best of what we have in our community, and especially over there in the Golden Glades community. You have 800 people that were willing to print and sign their name, okay? To say this is what we want. We support this. This is not something that is an abstract thing that the residents are uninvolved in. This is something that they live every single day.
So,
And-
Mr. Mayor,
Hold a second. Go ahead, Mr. Stevens.
thank you. I have a few points that I want to address. The first one being, and my colleague Councilwoman Wilson mentioned that though Crabman 305 restaurant is currently in Opelika, he's a product of Miami Gardens. So that's one that I don't want us to shade away from. The second thing is, I believe wholeheartedly in economic development as we talk about advancing our city and moving our city forward to last for a long time. And one of the things about economic development that we must be aware that we must remember is a signature event such as signature businesses such as Crabman 305, something that does not exist in surrounding cities that make one say, I want to go to Miami Gardens to contribute. Now, understand here, we're not saying that, should we vote in favor of Crabman 305, that Sunshine Meats has to close their doors. They would still operate as a neighborhood store. And I just believe wholeheartedly along the 27th corridor that has been zoned as our overlay district, our entertainment district, that we must put entertainment there, that one would be able to say, I live, work, and play in the city of Miami Gardens. Currently, we do not have it. We're lacking businesses where you can say, I live, work, and play in. We have one or two that we can count on our hands where you can go from as a family and move forward at. And that's why wholeheartedly I believe that Crowdman 305 proposal, what they presented to us tonight, is the best one for that property. I believe that wholeheartedly as we talk about advancing our city and creating a space that young professionals will come back to Miami Gardens and want to live in. When we have visitors come in, they would stay right here in our city, contribute to our economy before commuting back to where they're going, when you're welcoming a global entertainment, global events around our city. So wholeheartedly, I support Crowdman 305. I thank Sunshine Meat for their service. But I just believe that in this particular instance for this property and where the direction in which we're heading in as a city, that Crabman 305 company, the Legacy Development Alliance, is the best for this particular project. Thank you.
And while I understand what you're saying, I would, with all due respect to you, as it relates to Crabman 305, I don't have a problem with him being from Miami Gardens and having a business in Opelika. What I'm concerned about are the residents of Miami Gardens and the residents of Residential C4. And I am concerned about what we give to them, not only just the visitors. We have to recognize that, yes, we're not necessarily a tourist-born city. We are a city that is a bedroom community as well. And we have to look at things from the perspective of being able to balance it out with their interests. If this were a new business coming into our city, I would understand that. This is not a new business. This is an existing business that has a base of residents that is going to be basically shut down from growing. And that's from growing. There is space right even next door to them that Crab 305 could buy.
But they can buy as well.
No, they cannot buy it.
Why they can't buy it?
All right, we not go.
can-
We not go.
we can-
No, I'm honestly.
Hold up,
We can get right on into it.
hold on. We're not gonna go through this.
Yes, we can.
What we gonna do?
Okay,
What we
all
gonna do? Each one of us will have an opportunity to cast their vote for which organization or which agency or the which one of these you want to choose for this item right now. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So, Mr. Clerk, can you call the roll?
Somebody
Hold
got a
on,
motion?
hold on. Can,
Huh?
Somebody
yeah,
got a motion?
I think when the vice mayor opened up, he did put a motion out there, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he didn't. He didn't make he said that he chose Crabman
We need a
305.
motion with the name.
So we,
I make a motion with Crabman 305 Legacy Development Group.
all right, so there's a motion on the table for Crabman 305.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded.
I would like to, can I make a point? I would like to request a deferral.
You're in the middle of a motion, you can't do that.
It's in the middle of a motion, but if a
It was
motion
in the
to table
middle of-
take- a motion to table takes precedence, so.
Yeah.
But he didn't make a motion the first time with the name, right? And what I'm saying
I
is,
disagree with you, Councilwoman, that your
Hold
motion
on.
takes precedent.
Mr. Clerk,
All right, so just to give the road where we're at right now, there was an original motion to approve the item as is. Right now, we have a motion on the table to amend the item to include the name Crabman. That was made by Vice Mayor Leon and seconded by Councilman Stevens.
Robert's Rules of Order say a motion to table takes precedence over everything that's pending, so you have to take a motion.
so now we vote on this item.
wait.
So
We
No,
have to
no,
vote
no,
on
no.
this item right now.
You have to take up the motion to defer, Mayor.
Councilwoman Wilson just made a motion to defer. Right now, we need to see if there's a second to that.
Has it been seconded?
All right. So
There's
that
no
motion-
second.
That motion dies due to lack of second.
So now the motion that's on the table is for
To amend the
to amend
item
the
to
item
include
to
the name
include
Crabman.
Crabman 305. All right, let's do a voice vote on that. Roll call on that.
Councilwoman Julian,
Yes.
Councilman Stevens,
Yes?
Councilwoman Campbell,
Yes.
Councilwoman Godaro,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson,
no.
Vice Mayor Leon,
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes on the amendment, and now we're on the motion on the item.
Need a motion?
Motion.
No, we already have a motion.
All right.
So if there's no more discussion.
No more discussion on the item. We want to include that name on that.
You want me to call the roll?
Call the roll.
All right. Vice Mayor Leon,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson.
No.
Councilwoman Julian,
Yes.
Councilman Stevens,
Yes?
Councilwoman Campbell. We're voting on the item with the
voting to
amendment
put the
of
item.
including Crabman 305.
Okay, yes.
Councilwoman Godaro,
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
All right, motion passes 6-1. All right, now we're on to quasi judicial zoning hearings and Jennings disclosure. I think Nikisha will be coming in soon.
Good evening and welcome to the quasi-judicial portion of the February 9th City Council meeting. For those persons that will or may be speaking on an item on the agenda or commenting on any item, please stand up and be sworn in by the city clerk. For the applicant, your item will be called to order by agenda number and by the title of your request. When your item is called, please approach the microphone, and when addressed, please speak directly and clearly, stating your name and address for the record, and explain the reason for your request. Note that all exhibits presented to the mayor and council will become part of the public record.
For item 13.2.1, all those interested in speaking, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you provide this evening is true and correct to the best of your knowledge? All right, item 13.2.1, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Miami Gardens, Florida, amending Article 9, Section 34-287, Table 1 of the Land Development Regulations to create a use for retail sales discount, providing for adoption of representation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing a severability clause, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for an effective date, and this is co-sponsored by Councilman Robert Stevens III and Councilwoman Julian.
It's on for public comments.
Yes, there are no written communication and there are no in-person or Zoom public comments.
Show public comments closed on this item. Councilman Stevens?
I'd like to say at this point, there was no changes to this item, Mayor and colleagues, except for Councilwoman Julian, who was added as a co-sponsor as well.
All right, I need a motion on the item.
Motion.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Are there any discussions on it? Showing none.
Councilwoman Wilson, Councilwoman Julian,
Yes.
Councilman Stevens,
Yes.
Councilwoman Campbell, Councilwoman McDarrell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Leon,
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes. We're on to item 13.2.2. In order to the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, approving the application submitted by Albert L. Waters on behalf of Monument of Faith, Inc. for the rezoning of the property generally located 500 feet south of the intersection of Northwest 20th Avenue and Northwest 183rd Street in Miami Gardens, Florida, more particularly described in Exhibit A, attached here to from single-family dwelling residential, R1, to R-25, multiple family dwelling residential, R-25 and permanent, providing for adoption or representation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing severability clause, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by the city manager. All interested parties, please stand and raise your right hand so that you may be sworn in. You swear to affirm that the testimony you provide this evening is true and correct to the best of your knowledge? All right, you may be seated. Mr. Mayor, now go ahead and proceed and poll the council on Jennings' disclosure.
Yes.
Councilman Stevens, have you had any ex parte communication on this item?
No.
Councilwoman McDarrell, have you had any ex parte communication on this item?
Yes.
And will the testimony you provide this evening is true and correct to the best? Will your decision tonight be solely based on evidence presented before you this evening?
Yes.
Councilman Stevens, have you had any ex parte communication on this item?
Yes, I attended a town hall.
And will your decision tonight be solely based on the evidence presented before you?
Yes.
Councilwoman Campbell, have you had any ex parte communication on this item?
No.
Councilwoman Julian, have you had any ex parte communication on this item?
Yes.
And will your decision tonight be solely based on the evidence presented before you?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Leon, have you had any ex parte communication on this item?
No.
Mayor Harris, have you had any ex parte?
No.
All right. This is a second reading and public hearing on this item, so.
All right. Ex parte. All right.
Mr. Waters, do you want to waive ex parte? Or do did you want to say anything? All right, Keisha, go ahead.
No changes from the first reading. The item remains the same.
All right. I need a motion on this item.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion from the dais about this item? Showing none, Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Mayor, before we call the roll, because this is quasi, I just want to note for the record, we have no in-person public comments, nor do we have any written communications on this item.
All right. Show public comments closed on this item then.
Councilwoman Julian,
Yes.
Councilman Stevens,
Yes.
Councilwoman Campbell,
Yes.
Councilwoman McDarrell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Leon,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson, Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Item passes 7-0, and now we're on to the reports of the city manager, city attorney, and city clerk.
Mr. Manager?
Yes, Mayor, I'm gonna have the chief talk a little bit about some personnel items in the police department.
All right, Madam Chief?
Good evening, council, mayor, and council members. Chief Domino L. Pratt, City of Miami Gardens Police Department. Just this past Tuesday, I was able to patch 4 different individuals. What does that mean? It's something new that we're looking at as far as hiring officers, certified officers. We're looking for innovative ways to do that. So what we did was we reached out to some academy classes to see if we can seek some viable candidates. We ended up with 4 candidates. 3 of them are at Miami-Dade College. They graduate March the 3rd. and one of them is at West Palm Beach College, and he graduates in April. Those 4 individuals, we did their background, we did the whole process with them, and they will be a part of our City of Miami Gardens family. So that's just another way for us to add to our employment pool. It's an agreement. These are the individuals that they actually pay their way to go through the academy. And in an agreement, if they're successful throughout the first year, we will then reimburse the payment that they made to put themselves through the academy. So this is just a new way that we're also hiring individuals in addition to the way that we've been doing it in the past. That's I just want to bring to your attention.
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Kudos, Chief, for being creative, innovative.
No further report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Madam Attorney,
No report.
Mr. Clerk,
I got a report.
I bet you.
No, I just want to just take a moment just to wish my city attorney a happy birthday. She always had my back, and I just wanted to publicly wish her a happy birthday. And also,
And what we just gonna sing happy birthday to her right now. Let's do it. Oh, the Stevie Wonder version? Which one is that? Oh, happy. Oh, go ahead, hit it, Linda. Sing it.
that's it for my report.
Thank you, Mario.
Mr.
Stevens.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to wish our city attorney a happy birthday. It is my prayers that God bless you to see many, many more. By way of 2 announcements, on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day at 6 p.m., myself and our County Commissioner, Vice Chairman Oliver Gilbert, would be hosting the Senior Valentine's Day celebration. I encourage all of our seniors to come out on that evening to have a good time. There's going to be food, music, and entertainment, and giveaways as well. And then following that, on Saturday, February 19th, would be the kickoff of our STEM Saturday series. That's February 19th at 10 a.m. And this would be hosted at Buccaneer Park. All of the information regarding both events is on our city's webpage and can be found on our social media as well. With that being said, that ends my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Iguodaro.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Happy birthday, Madam Attorney. Miami Gardens, and especially residents of Residential Area 3, I am listening and I hear you. We have had monthly unity meetings to update you and to hear from you. We will have our next unity meeting on Wednesday, March 2nd via Zoom. We are also proud to say we had a successful Ultimate Home Buyers workshop on February 5th at Bunch Park. I love my city of Miami Gardens, and we love our seniors. In this month of love, I am hosting Senior Valentines at the Senior Center, and I'm proud to say that our response was overwhelming and we have sold out. Also this month, we recognize all of the accomplishments and rich history of our people. I encourage everyone to support all of the Black History Month programs. I am available by phone, but you can reach out to Mr. C. Vernon Martin, my assistant. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Julie.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to take a moment to wish our illustrious city attorney a very happy birthday. And I would like for everyone to keep Mrs. Patricia Cole, the wife of Mr. Basil Cole, in prayer as she underwent surgery yesterday. So for those of you who may know her, send her a text, reach out, give her a call, because, they're really good people and they're pillars of our community. And so we want them to know that we are always thinking about them. My office is conducting a quarterly community cleanup. The first one is taking place on February the 19th in Vista Verde. So I encourage you all to participate. Volunteers are needed. If you would like more information, you can check out our city's social media page, or you can reach out to Onika Lowry, and she is in the city clerk's office. And this concludes my report, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Campbell?
Good evening, everyone, and definitely happy birthday, Madam Attorney. Wish you many, many, many more. I want to start my conversation or my report by saying that Black History Month has been an official national celebration since 1976. During this Black History Month, let us recommit ourselves to getting into good trouble so that our history, meaning the city of Miami Gardens residents, is not rewritten or forgotten. And I want to thank the Vice Mayor, Reginald Leon, for bringing back the food trucks. I've been getting a lot of calls about it, great reviews. So I want to thank him for bringing that back because it's bringing a good recognition to the city. And then I also want to state bingo with a twist and Pokino night at Buccaneer Park was absolutely amazing. We had a grand old time. The seniors came out, they shook a tail feather, and we're going to continue to do that to keep them active and motivated to just come out and have a good time and be safe. So the next one will be March 8th because we do it the second Tuesday of the month at Buccaneer Park, beginning at 6:30. So you seniors, come on out. And that ends my report.
Councilwoman Wilson?
And I hope that you have many more. I just want to remind everyone that we have our Meet Me Monday this coming Monday on Valentine's Day. I recognize that it's the day for love, so please bring your love. We'll keep it short so you can go and be with your loved one. Also, it will be both virtually and in person, so I look forward to seeing you there. And then the Miami Gardens Street Fair and Marketplace will be held. It's the first one, February 19th. It's from 10 until 3, located at 14th Avenue and 183rd Street. It will be the third Saturday of each month going forward, and we are looking forward to seeing you there. That concludes my report. Thank you.
You cut it short tonight?
Yeah. Cutting a lot of
Vice Mayor?
things short.
Vice Mayor, go ahead.
Good evening again. I want to thank the park staff for and Tamara's office for facilitating this Black History Month Taste the Culture food village that we have out there. It's giving people an opportunity. When I went to one of the food trucks and I saw one of my old neighbors that actually grew up in Miami Gardens and now has an opportunity to sell food in Miami Gardens. This is what the idea was created for, along with taking those food trucks off the side of our streets and giving them an opportunity to be able to run the business in a safe place. And I'm also keeping the tradition of a vice mayor by doing food trucks, since that's what our mayor did when he was vice mayor. So don't forget that we'll be out there every weekend, Thursday through Saturday for the whole month of February. And if you have anybody that's interested in participating, just give us a call and we'll make sure that we're able to get them in. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Madam Attorney, happy birthday. All 25 years, happy birthday. Valentine's Day is Monday, guys. Ladies, don't forget us men. Men, don't forget the ladies that are special in your lives. Happy Valentine's Day. And that ends my report. I need a motion to adjourn. Meeting adjourned.
Yes, ma'am. That's
no, recording?